Hello, my name is Lauren if you are new here, and I am a third-year medical student, and if you're not new, then welcome back. Welcome to the very last week of the OB-GYN rotation. Very exciting. I can't wait to talk about how the rotation's been going, especially during the debrief. So today is actually Sunday. Happy Sunday. I figured that I would start this exam week vlog on the weekend so you can see what the final weekend before the exam looks like, because I usually start it during the week when there's not as much time to study. It is currently 10:04, and if you look at the date there, which you can't see, it says it's September 17th, which is actually my birthday. Today is my birthday, and technically I'm not 25 yet because I was born at like 1 something p.m., but I'm 25 today, which it's a lot. And I'm grateful to have made it to 25, but that's a pretty big jump from 24, which sounds, you know, like, oh, I'm 24, to like 25. Like, I'm 25, I should know a lot of things by now. I'm like a full adult now, which is wild. But yeah, I am spending my 25th birthday studying, which is very sad. We can have a pity party for the next 30 seconds. Basically, this rotation has been so busy, and my last several weekends have been occupied with a bunch of crazy things that have been going on and that were not postponable, and my birthday is postponable. I can celebrate after the exam, so I am not celebrating today. And I also am so behind on studying, which I know I say that every single vlog right before the exam, but like, I know I said last exam was spooky, but this one is actually like, it's actually terrifying. I did take a practice exam and I passed it, but I've taken 3 shelves so far. And my first shelf, I got a high pass, and then my next 2 shelves, I just passed. And I'm sick of just passing. Like, I would love to get a high pass this time with OB, and that is my goal. So I have less than 5 days to make that happen. I need to increase my score by like 10 or 11% to get a high pass, so that's the goal. Yeah, it's 10 a.m. I'm about to walk to the cafe and study. As far as what you can expect in this vlog, because I like to just give you the future of what it's gonna look like. Today is a study day. I'm gonna vlog tomorrow, Monday, which will be my last day on the OB part of my OB-GYN rotation. And then I'm gonna vlog Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what is happening that day, and that will be a day of GYN, which is like gynecology related surgeries. Like, OB is delivering babies, doing C-sections, and then GYN is GYN surgeries like hysterectomies and stuff like that. And then I will vlog the day before the exam leading up to the exam, and that will be the end of the vlog. And then I plan on starting another vlog right after the exam is over, because the birthday things start happening the second I hit submit on that exam. So yeah, it's gonna be very, very busy next couple weeks. I also have next week off, which I'm not gonna talk about in this vlog, but I'm very excited, and I'm just like looking forward to that as my gift from Temple. Anyways, the practice exam that I did a couple days ago now was from something called UWise, but before that I was only using UWorld, and I didn't get anywhere near as far on UWorld as I wanted to. So now in the last week we are transitioning to strictly NBME exams. So that is what I'm gonna do today, the first NBME. Can I please have an iced mocha latte with an extra shot? And can I also have an extra like chocolate mocha or chocolate or something? And that's it. Yes, please. you. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm going into the hospital now. It's like 6:30 a.m. There's 3 C-sections scheduled for this morning, and whatever else happens, because with OB you never know. There could be some vaginal births, some unscheduled C-sections. It really all just depends on when these babies want to come out. It's 7:32 and I'm about to go into my first C-section of the day. C-section is done. It was a boy. Congrats to the new mom. I'm grabbing all my stuff, all my snacks and my iPad, and hopefully I can get some studying in before my next surgery, because I really need to study, like really bad.
Everything goes right. I can feel the breeze. Euphoric delight.
I just got out of my second section. It was a girl and ate lunch. And we did a version on a patient and it was unsuccessful, unfortunately. So we are about to do a C-section on that patient. So I'm about to head into that. It's currently like 1:40 p.m. I also definitely have like 2 patients in labor. Like they're probably pushing at this point, since they were like 9 to 10 centimeters for the last hour. So they're gonna deliver vaginally. So I don't know if I'll be able to like see them after the section. It depends if they're still pushing. So a very busy day. Lots of babies. Ooh, I'm done clinical duties for the day. My work day is done and I'm gonna stay here for an hour or 2 to study, because if I go home, I won't study. I won't. And I don't have time to not study anymore, so we're gonna do some work here. I'm gonna finish reviewing this practice exam from yesterday, and maybe I'll start a new exam, maybe I won't.
Nothing feels as good as you do. If you ever leave, I'll be real sad. Let's both hope that it don't get so bad. Pour your honey, sickly sweet, keeps me coming, got me weak. You could kill me, I'd still be, darling, your number 6 feet deep. Oh, it's real hard to break this habit. It's like I want you 24/7. When I'm without you, boy, I feel sick. Think you work better than my prescriptions. Better than my prescriptions.
It's 8:30 and my cat's hungry, and I'm finally going home, home, home. I'm so tired, and I need to be with my child now. I've delivered enough babies today, and I've studied enough. Hello and happy Thursday. It's my last day of OB, and I am about to head to surgery. This might be the last time I am ever in my life in an OR. which we're gonna discuss how I feel about that a bit later, because right now I have to go. I'm going to see a myomectomy. Well, not see, I'm gonna scrub in to a myomectomy, which is a removal of uterine fibroids. I'm excited. It's supposed to be a really cool surgery, so let's do it. I just came out of the surgery. I'm like in a little corner, but I'm not in private, so hopefully nobody comes over here. And I'm emotional. It might have been like the last time I'm ever in an OR. I wasn't expecting to feel this way, and I don't know. I just wanted to talk as soon as possible before I forget how I'm feeling, you know? And yeah, I'm even more confused because I'm like upset. Like, I'm actually upset, and I wasn't expecting to be upset, and I take the OR for granted because I come here and I go to the OR every day, you know, like during this rotation and during surgery. And now that it's being taken away from me, I'm not happy about it. So I'm confused because what does that mean? Does that mean I'm gonna be a surgeon? General or OB or whatever? Or like, what does that mean? I don't know. Picking a specialty is the biggest, most confusing internal conflict I have ever experienced, and I think I ever will experience. And it's just hard. It's so hard to figure it out and decide. But I'm happy that I'm no longer feeling like I don't like anything, like how I was feeling it now. I don't know. Hopefully this is making sense. I've been all tired all week. I'm not running on a lot of sleep. This rotation has actually been more taxing and exhausting than surgery was, general surgery. I'm supposed to leave here in like 10 minutes and OB will be over. I have my half day today, so we get out at 12 and then I study for the rest of the day, which you shall see. And then I will take my exam tomorrow. But I'm sorry this vlog has been very like, this is what I'm doing, and then this is what I'm doing, and I haven't been showing you a lot of stuff, but I could show you more during the night shift, but during the day it's pretty fast-paced here in OB, so it's hard to like film anything that's happening. Let's take these off for the possible last time. Like, I don't know if this feels dramatic for you, but I'm a very sentimental person, and like, because I'm so confused, I just don't know. Like, I don't know how I'm feeling. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. During that myomectomy, we were putting the uterus back in the abdominal cavity at the end, and I literally went like on the uterus as we were putting it back, because I'm just like, this might be the last time that I'm like in an open abdomen or in an open anything, or the last time I might see a uterus. Like, wow. Okay, we'll talk more later. God, and my hair, the only thing that I'm not gonna miss is like, my hair always looks insane during these surgery rotations. Let's go. I don't even know what to say. I don't know what to say. Do you wanna know what time it is? It's 9:29 p.m. Ask me if I've studied today. The answer is no. Ask me when my shelf is. The answer's tomorrow. It's in less than 12 hours actually. And I haven't studied today. I don't even know what happened. I'm not even gonna, sorry, my hair was, I don't even know why I'm really like taking it down like that. I'm just gonna put it up. I came home and, you know, after that, it's really just a blur. I ate my food, and originally I was gonna go to the cafe, and then I was gonna go to school, and I didn't do either of those things, obviously. I took an hour-long nap at one point, and then I had to call some people, and I decided to stay home, and then I showered, and now we're here. My original plan for the day was to take 2 NBME practice exams today, but we don't have time for that anymore. So I'm gonna just take one. I took one on Sunday and it didn't go well, like worst score ever, didn't go well. I took another one on Tuesday and it went so much better. It's kind of like the same situation with my surgery studying where I got like almost 20% higher. The second one felt like, okay, this is how a normal practice exam would feel. But the first one like was destroying me. And I knew it was destroying me as I was taking it. Like I was like, I'm getting none of these questions right because I've never seen any of this information. I'm gonna take one more and we're just gonna rock with it. And I'm also gonna look at my notes. I'm just so tired. Like this rotation has been so draining and I've been working my butt off this week to just catch up a bit more with studying, and I just think it just has all caught up to me today. Like every day I wake up in the 4 a.m. hour to get ready, I go in and I have to like be there ready to go at 6:30 a.m. and then I have to stay there until 6 p.m. because we like sign out to the night student at 6 p.m. So regardless of whether there's something happening or whether there's nothing happening, we have to be there from 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then because I've been so behind studying, I have been staying at the hospital to study this week. Yesterday, I left the hospital at 9:30 p.m. and I got home and I ate my dinner and I just like fell asleep right after that. The day before, I didn't even eat dinner because I just fell asleep. I just like collapsed before I could even like muster up the strength to eat. I'm just so exhausted and it really all hit me today. And that's poor timing. But it's okay. I'm gonna take this next practice exam. It's gonna go well and I'm gonna feel okay. I'm not in the worst place ever. I don't think I'm in the realm of like danger of like, I might not pass tomorrow. I'm not in that realm, but I am in the realm of I might just pass and I might not high pass, which I said at the beginning of this video was my goal. I just got to school. Happy Friday, happy exam day. Let's go do this. I missed you, baby. Happy Friday, happy Friday. We're done. Woo! Paco say woo! Oh my goodness. We're done the exam. Thank you, Jesus himself, because when I woke up this morning, I really questioned how I was gonna get through 110 questions, but somehow I managed to do it. Question 1 to 55 moved so slow, and then like, it just really got quick from there. So yeah, we did it. It wasn't that bad. I felt very confident in like a significant number of answers. I'm pretty confident that I passed, but it's just a matter of, did I accomplish my goal and I pass or did I just pass? I'm going to close out the vlog portion of this video, and then I'm gonna film my like OBGYN wrap up part of the video on Monday, because one, I'll have more energy then, and two, I think I'm gonna open my exam score on camera because I've never done that. I just think it would be interesting for you all to see. I also am gonna start vlogging for my upcoming week off, which will be like birthday celebration, relaxation, reset my life, clean with me, like all of the works, just to take a little break from the med school content. But I will see you in the wrap up portion. But as far as the vlog goes, thanks for watching and I'll see you later. It is time to wrap up this vlog and wrap up this rotation. I took my shelf exam 1 week ago exactly, and I feel like I've let my thoughts simmer, marinate in reverse order, and we're ready to wrap up OB. Per usual, I have the ratings right here. The results are in. We're gonna just jump right in and start with the diagnoses, which I gave OB in 8.5 out of 10, which is really high. Is that the highest I've ever given? Okay, no, that's second highest score I've ever given, but that is super high, and that is because there is such a wide variety of things that you can treat and manage as an OB-GYN. I mean, you have everything. I can't think of any type of illness that you don't treat with OB. So you have preventative care, primary care, you have pregnancy, you have infections with STDs, STIs, you have cancer with endometrial, ovarian, cervical cancer, and then you have everything else that you can treat with OB-GYN, but those are just like very broad topics that there really aren't a lot of specialties that have all of that stuff. And it's pretty incredible. Like, you have everything. And of course you have surgery. You have office outpatient days, and you have surgery days, which is so great. Even with doing the shelf practice questions, I was actually really interested in the vignettes of the questions and like trying to figure out the diagnosis. I was really engaged with the topics that come up with OB-GYN because they're broad and they're interesting, and yeah, they're just great. So 8.5 out of 10. Next, the excitement. Excitement, I gave a 9 out of 10, another very high score, and that is because, like, babies. I could leave it right there. Babies, that is because of babies. When I was on the actual OB part of OB-GYN, because my rotation site split it into a couple different parts, every time you're in a room with a patient, whether it's a vaginal delivery or a C-section delivery, there is like this moment that everyone is waiting for, and it's the moment that the baby comes out, and then everybody's super quiet, and then there's like 5 milliseconds, and everybody's waiting, and everybody's like this, and then you hear the baby cry, and everyone's like, what? Like, baby's out, baby's happy, baby's healthy, baby's crying, because if you didn't know, you actually want them to cry. If the patient doesn't know the sex of the baby, then, you know, the doctor's like, it's a boy, it's a girl, like, what's the baby's name? Everybody's just like so excited, and it's just like the best. It's the best. And during C-sections, there's a wall of like drape between the mom's face and like where we work as like the surgeon slash medical student, because obviously the patient can't look down and see like us cutting and slicing and pulling and doing all the things that we do. But during a vaginal delivery, the patient can see everything, and usually their partner is in the room, and it's just like everyone is just so excited. And like, I worked with one specific doctor who every time in a vaginal delivery, the baby would actually be like coming out, like out into the world. You know, the mom is like pushing, and they're like looking away, and they're like closing their eyes, and they're trying really hard, and they're focused, and the doctor would yell, look down, look down. And then the mom would look down and see the baby coming out, and the mom would cry, and the dad would cry, and I'm like, I'm trying to make sure no tear falls because I can't be tearing up every time I'm in a patient room. But OB-GYN has just been like the most emotional rotation that I've been in because of these like baby moments. Like they're just magical golden moments. The only other time I've ever said a moment is magical was when I saw a beating heart, which was magic. But these, it's just like magic every day, multiple times a day. I mean, it's like, it's incredible. So excitement is a 9 out of 10. And that's just with OB. Like with GYN, like, is there excitement? Like there's excitement with GYN, of course. Like you have surgeries and sometimes you don't always know what's gonna happen in the surgery, which is exciting. But it's just a different type of excitement with OB because it's happy, magic, like unicorn and rainbows excitement. So, baby moments. Baby moments. I don't know how anyone cannot love OB. Like, I don't know. GYN, I get it, but I don't know how you can't love OB. Like, I really don't understand. Like, it's just like, okay. Patient relationship. Drum roll, please. 10 out of 10. I've never given a 10 out of 10 before. Honestly, like for a lot of the things that I just described, the relationship you form with your patient as an OB-GYN is like the most personal relationship you can really get with a specialty, like with a doctor. I'm sure there's exceptions to that. Like if you're seeing a different type of specialist and you have this disease you've been struggling with your whole life and you know, you go there and you talk about your struggles and you cry with them, of course you can form like super personal patient relationships with that. But with OB-GYN, let me paint a picture for you. Let's say you are lucky enough to be able to see the same OB-GYN from the very beginning of your OB-GYN visiting life to the end, right? Like you go to the OB-GYN in the very beginning when you're menstruating and you know, you might not fully understand why certain things happen with your period or why they don't. Oh, I don't know, he's on the bed. You might be having a lot of issues with your period, maybe a lot of pain, maybe it's disrupting school life when you're in middle school, high school, whatever, like things like that. And then you go to your OB-GYN when you decide you want to be sexually active and you want to talk about how to prevent STIs or how to prevent yourself from getting pregnant and starting birth control, or like maybe unfortunately you have an STI and you need treatment and just like things like that. Very personal things. And they're not just like personal things, they're like personal milestones. And some point within those first 2 types of visits, you have a pelvic exam, and no one has ever really examined you that way, but it's something that if you're seeing the right OB-GYN, they make you feel safe and they make you understand why they're doing each step and why having pelvic exams is super important, and breast exams is super important. The OB-GYN does that as well. And then later down the line, you might decide you want to have a child and you go to your OB-GYN and you talk about family planning and you know, how you can conceive, and maybe you're struggling to conceive and you have to make up a real plan with your OB-GYN instead of just being able to have sex often with your partner and like it just works out. There's like 100,000 different scenarios. Maybe you can get pregnant with your partner naturally because you're a same-sex couple or something like that, and you can see like a fertility doctor, which is not a regular OB-GYN, that's a specialized OB-GYN, but it's still all OB-GYN. And then you get the best news ever and you're pregnant, and then you go back to the OB-GYN and you have your ultrasounds and they tell you, you know, how your baby's growing. And then, caveat, the OB has 2 patients because they take care of the mom and the baby. There's no other specialty that has 2 patients at once. When you're pregnant and you're going for your ultrasounds and your checkups and everything and like all of that exciting stuff, your partner usually goes with you. And there's not a lot of doctors that you see with your partner, like that you plan, okay, we both have to, you know, schedule time off of work for this day because we have our doctor's appointment together and we go together, you know, like there's not that that many specialties that you would do that with. And the OB-GYN is just like, I don't know, they're just like part of the family because they help build your family and maintain your family and keep you healthy for your family. It's just like, it's incredible. I don't know if I'm like talking about it like it's like, I don't know, heaven, but it's just super, super great. So we're still in patient relationship. I said 10 out of 10. I do want to talk about though, like, it's not always sunshine and rainbows, is it? No, it's not. Okay, trigger warning. I'm gonna talk about an unsuccessful pregnancy. If you don't want to hear about it, skip. I will put like a time to skip to, but I'm gonna talk about that, so trigger warning. I had a patient, she was very early in her pregnancy, like 8 or 10 weeks, and she comes in with her mom. Her mom's super excited, and the point of the visit was to have an ultrasound and see how the baby's doing, how it's growing, you know, everything like that. And the mom was like, my daughter's husband couldn't make it, so is it okay if I film on my phone so I can send the film to him when you do the ultrasound? And you know, everyone's super excited, brand new pregnancy, first time being pregnant. And we do the ultrasound, and there was no sound from the ultrasound, as in no heartbeat. And the fetus's size was the same size it was at the last visit, which was like 4 weeks prior or 2 weeks prior or something. And obviously that is not good. No heartbeat, no growth. We can all deduce what that means. And it was very sad. And the doctor has to deliver that news. That's awful, terrible, like very bad news. And has to deliver it to the patient's mom. There were tears shed. Like, it was very sad. And there's unfortunately even worse news that an OB-GYN can deliver, because that was early on. There's sometimes unsuccessful pregnancies that go all the way to 40 weeks and then become unsuccessful, and something happens to the fetus, and a pregnant mom leaves the hospital with just herself instead of herself and her baby. And so I say all that to say, many OBs have told me during my rotation that they deliver the happiest of happy news, but they also deliver the worst of worst news. I mean, like, the worst. So it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I don't want to paint that picture. There are very, very sad, unbearable moments that you have to have with your patient and conversations that you have to have. So that is there. But if you have a strong relationship with your patient, then it becomes easier in the sense of you can comfort them, but not any easier in the sense of what you have to tell them. So I did want to say that and not just like paint this perfect picture. Okay, I gave lifestyle a 6 out of 10, and that is because, number one, OB-GYN is the type of specialty where you don't know what's gonna happen throughout the day, which again is like part of that excitement element, but it's not like every day of OB-GYN you have appointments and like this mom is gonna come in and she's gonna deliver and it's gonna take this long for her to be in active labor and this many times she's gonna push and then by 2 p.m. we're gonna have a baby. It's not like that at all. You could have a day where 1 of your patients delivers a baby, and you can have a day where 10 patients deliver your baby, and that could be exhausting if that happens, you know, 2 weeks straight where you're just like going from room to room catching babies or having emergency C-sections or anything like that. Another thing with lifestyle is you have to be on call, and that's something that doesn't end while you're an OB. If you are like close to retirement, you can decide to stop practicing obstetrics and you can just do gynecology, where you only see patients in the office, but you just don't see pregnant patients anymore and you don't deliver babies anymore. And I like that because that's a natural stepping stone between full-on OB-GYN and full-on retirement. Like, it's nice, you can kind of gradually slow down, but you have to be on call. And I just want to explain, I don't know how much about medicine or OB-GYN you as the viewer know. I know for myself and for like my parents, at one point we were thinking that when an OB is on call, it's like the stuff you see in the movies and the TV shows, or like, hello? Hi, how are you? All right.
All right, so when is that coming?
Today. Okay. Love you. Bye. Okay. Wait, what was I talking about? OBs now do not have the traditional lifestyle that they once did. So you might be thinking that an OB has 300 patients and 100 of those patients are pregnant. And anytime one of those 100 patients goes into labor, the OB rushes from their house and goes to the hospital and delivers that baby, whether it's 3 p.m. or 3 a.m., like whatever. That is not the case anymore. What happens is OBs now are in groups. So at the hospital that I was at, there were several groups that worked out of that hospital. Some OB groups were 4 OBs. That was the smallest one. The largest one was like 8 or 10 OBs. And they have the same outpatient office, like that group of OBs, and patients will come to that outpatient office and they might see only one OB while they're, having their prenatal visits. They might try to see more than one and like get to know more than one. And then the OBs will take turn being on call. So if it's a group of 8 OBs, then one will be on call each night of the week. And then, the 8th one will go into the next week. And you're not on call at all times of your life if you're an OB. Like you have scheduled call. You'll usually work like a 24-hour shift and then you sign out whenever it's time to leave and then you go home and you rest and whatever. But it's still a lifestyle where there are moments where if I decided to be an OB, I would have to work weekends, I would have to work holidays, I would have to work nights, and being like times like that are out of the ordinary 8 to 5, 9 to 5. So that's why I got that rating. The shelf. I did open my shelf on camera like I promised, so I'm going to insert that clip here. I'm out and about and my camera is about to die, but I just got my shelf score and I said I would open it on camera. So I'm looking at the ranges, and pass is 60 to 74 and high pass is 75 to 89. So let's see. The goal was obviously to high pass. Oh wait. Is that high pass? I high pass. So I got a 78, which is so great. I'm so happy about that. To honor, let's see. You need a 90, which is so hard to get on a shelf. I guess I'll have the goal of honoring an exam before the end of the year, but I knew just based on where I was study-wise that I wasn't gonna honor this, so I just really wanted to high pass it, and I did. I'm so happy. Especially because I'm interested in OB, I'm very, very happy. I'm a high passer. The shelf went well, and I gave it a 7 out of 10, and that is because, as I already said, I did actually really enjoy the questions. I was really interested in them, and it got a 7 instead of any higher because it was still a harder shelf. It was harder than some of the ones that I've taken previously, but it wasn't the hardest shelf probably that I've taken. But it wasn't awful, and it's a wide enough amount of questions to where it's not the same 10 diagnoses, but it's also narrowed enough to where you don't feel completely lost if you don't know the answer. So the last rating overall, I gave OB-GYN as a specialty an 8.5 out of 10, which is my highest rating thus far. If you can't already tell by the amount of excitement and joy and smiling that I'm doing, I loved OB-GYN. I just think it is such a magical specialty, and I don't know if I've said this before, but I didn't start out medical school being interested in OB-GYN, but I did start out kind of like maybe second half of second year and beginning of third year. I developed an interest in it, so I was looking forward to this rotation, and it will always hold a special place in my heart. And whether I become an OB-GYN or not, it'll just always be very, very special to me as a rotation, as a specialty, like as everything. I mean, it just is, it's incredible. So I'm admitting another crush to you. If you know, you know. I think that's everything that I had to say. And it kind of sucks because obviously I really, really enjoyed this, and I wish I had filmed more, like another week, because as of right now it's looking like it'll only be 2 videos, and as of now surgery is going to be 4, and I just think that's a little not balanced. But I don't know, it just, is I guess how it happened. I wish I filmed more, but it was really great and really special. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I hope you enjoyed this wrap up, and I hope you enjoyed watching me on this rotation, and I will see you in the very next rotation. The next video after this will be my birthday vlog, where I'm like celebrating my birthday and relaxing a bit for the week and all of that, and just like getting my life together. So I will see you in that one. If you like the video, please like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you doing? Subscribe right now. I'll wait. Okay, I'm gonna assume that you did, and hit the notifications bell, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.